Oh,
All right, first of all, here we go. We are in this thing, you know what I mean? Thanks for tuning into the Matt Ramage show, you know what I mean? We're not sure exactly the microphones are going to be working up to par, you know what I mean? But we're on location, so you'll have to bear with us as we go through these trying times, you know what I mean? I don't even know. But anyways, we're a little buzzed up. We're having a good time. Me and my buddy Kevin over here. Kevin, drop in over here, you know what I mean? The camera's screwed up. I'm part of my language. You know what I mean? We're having a good time. We have a suitcase over here with another kind of what is
case?
that? Like a laptop,
Laptop
case, one
case?
of those hardcover ones.
Yeah.
You got the good stuff. You know what I mean? He must got some good stuff on that laptop. And then we got like this little traveling case. Anyways, it's a it's a weird situation over here, but we're a little buzzed up because it turns out everywhere you go in New York City is a fun time, and there you could buy a lot of stuff in New York City. You could buy alcohol. You could every corner. Anyways, we're having a good time. But we're going to talk about our trip to New York City. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the sponsors who might not want to be a participant in this exact podcast. You know what I mean, Kevin?
Participant?
They might not want to be sponsors. Like, don't even mention us. Just leave us out this one. This ain't the one. No, but Quick Trip, you know what I mean? There's no Quick Trips here. I looked. They ain't got them. You know what I mean? I haven't even seen a Glazer since I got here. I'm not even sure. Like, you think other people will pick up the slack, and they're like, all right, I did a Quick Trip here, but nope, no Glazers I saw. Anyways, but yeah, so Quick Trips are fantastic. You know, they got the bake sale going on. And Nicolay Law, if you get injured, you're missing work, check out Nicolay Law. Anyways, Kevin, say something. This is my buddy Kevin, and for people who don't know.
What?
Say hi.
Oh, say hi. Okay,
yeah.
hi.
All right, so this is the Matt Ramage Show. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so Kevin's the reason that I am on this pod or in New York City, because I wouldn't want to go, but he's like you should go, just do it, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe someday, you never know, you know what I mean?
But like someday maybe.
But then you just kept pushing and pushing. The Packers schedule came out. Yeah, he's like, yeah, when the Packers play, the Giants, New York, we're going to that, man. So here we are. And Kevin, what do you think? You know what I mean? We're gonna go through.
Well, heck, we weren't even supposed to be here this early. We should have been just arriving.
Yeah, we should just been arriving.
Yeah.
We've arrived a long time ago. We even drank a lot even since then.
We got a little bit of Midtown action.
Yeah, Midtown, dude. We were all over Manhattan, dude. It was awesome. But let's talk about the flight. I was never on an airplane before. It wasn't that bad, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're on an airplane, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, when it takes off, but first of all, when it takes off, I didn't expect that. I mean, like, I knew it was going to go fast, but, like, it went fast. It went fast, like, immediately. It didn't, like, gotta go fast, and it was, like, a little bit more fast. It was just, like, we were sitting there, and it was kind of crawling because, it moves around. It's like a little snake out there, you know what I mean? It's out there just kind of moving around. And then, but when they decide it's go time, it's time to get after it, it's just, like, and it's just, like, balls to the wall. And it's just, like, dude, I'm like, whoa. Yeah, and it's just, like, you're, like, just back in your seat, like a rocket ship, like I'm an astronaut. No, it's not quite like that. But but it's fierce. All right, Kevin. How many times have you been on an airplane, Kevin?
I don't know, close to 100. I don't know.
Close 100.
Well, I mean, on an airplane, yeah.
I don't know. No, like flying on an airplane,
Yeah,
not just
like,
hanging out.
I'm not saying like
how many
trips.
times? How many times have you been on an airplane where you didn't fly somewhere? You're just hanging out in that son of a bitch.
I mean, just when I'm taking it for work, or I mean.
Oh, you go. So
my family.
You fly all the time.
Well, I mean, enough to know what I'm doing all the time, all these times.
Dude, the one thing about the airplane is like in the movies, it seems bigger, and even in the movies that they complain how small it is, but like it doesn't look that small. But like in real life, that was small. Like if stuff would have happened, I'd have been like, well, you know what I mean? Like if it fell out of the sky, I didn't the seatbelt. I didn't really have a lot of faith in it that it was gonna really secure the deal for me. I thought that I was gonna blow.
It's like a strap on your backpack, and that just keeps coming undone too.
But it was safe. We had some good people rocking that spaceship for us. But yeah, and one thing I'll say, dude, is that the clouds are lower than I thought. Like when you're in the sky, dude, you're just like flying over like a whole community of people, and then you look down, and there'd be like a little house with like a little swing set. Little Timmy's out there, you know what I mean, getting after it. Maybe cutting some grass. I don't know what he was doing out there. I wasn't that close, but he was out there. But I was like, the cloud, you could see like it was putting a shadow on Timmy, and like Timmy was like, I was like, what did this kid do? Everyone else gets sun, but Timmy like, nah, not you. and it was just like just a cloud that put a shadow over his house and his yard, and Timmy did not have a good time today. No, but I was like, why is the cloud so low? It seems like it's just above. It seems like if you flew a kite, it would go on the cloud, but that's not what it is. But when you're way up top, that's how it looks. Don't you agree, Kevin?
Oh, I mean, yeah, everything's ants down there until you just can't see it. Clouds.
But don't you think the clouds look lower?
Oh yeah, they're lower. Yeah, for sure.
They look, but they're also higher because we went through
Yeah,
them.
yeah, there's
And
some.
they came on and they were like, hey, and they were all chill about it. I like how they come on, you know, 'cause I've never been on an airplane before, you know, so I don't know. And I was fine through the whole thing, even though I screwed up. Like, you go through the whole security thing, and I'm like, you know, focused. I'm dialed in going through security.
Trying to follow
I'm like,
the
you know,
rules.
I'm trying to follow the rules. I don't want to be a problem. I don't want to be extra. I don't want any extra attention. I don't want to be doing things that don't need to be done. And then I was like, I remember, you don't got to take your shoes off anymore. Fantastic. This guy keeps shouting about taking my shoes off. He's like, you got to take your shoes off. And I'm like, I don't think you do. But I've never flown before, so who am I going to correct him? But I remember watching on the news, you don't got to take your shoes off no more. So I'm like, you don't got to take your shoes off. So we're at the thing. We put all of our stuff. We got the bags. I'm focused on the bags. I'm like, make sure you take the laptop out the bag. You got to know where the battery situations are. I'm locked in on the bags. Know what I forgot about? My pockets. Forgot about the pockets. They're like, is that everything? I'm like, yep, there it is. Everything's in there. There you go, bud. Have a good time with it. So I go to the x-ray thing, and they're like, put your hands up. You know what I mean? You're all over there just getting cancered up or, you know, whatever's going on there. A little x-ray happening. They're like, do you have anything in your pockets? It's like, oh, yeah, I have a whole bunch of stuff in my pockets. I literally have everything in my pockets. I have my phone in my pockets. I think I had some money in my pockets. I had some keys. I don't know if I have keys.
No, not keys.
Some change.
Yeah.
I could have been killed. I think that's what could have happened. Because with metal in there, is that what happens? I don't think
like a microwave and heat it up.
Yeah, and also,
starts
also
sparking.
I'm like, everyone is there just videoing it. Like, oh my God, TikTok is going crazy. You know, I'm just getting electrocuted. But that didn't happen. But that'd been awesome. You know what I mean? But no. But so then he comes out. And he's like, hey, you got anything in your pocket? I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I'm sorry. And he's like, well, now you gotta take your shoes off. And he was cool about it because he was just like,
I was right then.
Yeah. Yeah, you were right. Because he was cool about it, but he was like, dude, now you got to take your shoes off. Now we got to do a whole thing. And I was like, I'm real sorry, man. And he was like, it's all good, but now we got to do some bullshit. And I was like, all right. So I took my shoes off. He had to search me and, like, pat me down. I was like, hey, you know what I mean? But sometimes, you know what I mean? It's a good time getting patted down, Kevin, isn't it? Just makes you feel special.
Someone,
you know what I mean?
not from
Sometimes
someone you're not interested in.
Maybe it just makes you feel like somebody's in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's someone around.
Anyway, shout out to that guy. I don't know his name, but wherever you are, if you're watching this, you know what I mean? I remember that moment.
Concourse C, MKE.
No, but yeah, that's what it was. I put my shoes back on, and it was weird. People are looking at me like, ooh, what'd this guy do? You know what I mean? It turns out he's just stupid. Not a criminal, just really stupid. And that's what I think they thought. They're like, all right, just don't worry, this guy's just stupid. He wasn't trying to do nothing. But yeah, so then we go on the flame. You know what I mean? They come around. You want a drink? It seemed like it was very fast because you're going to getting drinks and they're doing all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, Captain comes on. He's like, yo, dude. He came on. He was like, we got a situation over here. We're about to fly into this thing. But they just had a little storm. So the clouds are being a little crazy right now. So we're going to have some turbulence. And I remember turbulence from movies and stuff, right? Kevin talked about it. You know what I mean? Kevin, what do you think about turbulence? I feel like you haven't talked at all, and you're supposed that's the point of the podcast. I've just been yammering.
Well, I was trying to compare most of the flight
right.
is as smooth as the highway. You'll feel bumps, but it's smooth, right? It's not like driving down the city
street. Well, that's different, because when you hit a bump in the road, like you saw the pothole, first of all, you're in the back. You can't even see what's in front of you. You can only see to the side.
Yeah.
You could be flying. He could be, you know what I mean? You could go and be going to a mountain. You wouldn't know about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Until you see the first couple rolls start to shrink. You're like, oh. I mean, I don't think you have that.
No, you don't have enough time. You just
no, but what if you do? What if you
What if you slow down?
What if just for like a second your brain's like, oh shit. That's
and it processed it? Yeah.
No, I don't think it could. No. But anyways, but let's just for
But it was
purposes.
pretty smooth until we had to actually.
Yeah, it was good.
Until we got below the clouds.
No, but dude, when that turbulence hit, dude. Because I was good with it, with the plane. You know what I mean? I think I did pretty good for my first time or whatever.
Yep, and not until then turbulence
only got you
once.
Hit, I made a couple times where I made a vocal sound. You know what I mean? There was a couple times we hit turbulence when I I accidentally made an audible out loud sound. I was like, oh,
Nope.
just gave a little, oh. I think everyone kind of shouted one out, Wisconsin going to New York, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee to New York.
No, I'm telling you, when that, because it was a double dipper, you know what I mean? Sometimes it just kind of gives you a little wiggle. Sometimes it just drops a little bit. Sometimes it's a double dipper, whoop, whoop, a little
Up
double.
and down.
You know what I mean? Oh, yep. Don't do that again. That's giving me flashbacks. But that, what we call a double dipper. And we're going to now. It's the first time I said it. But yeah, everyone go, oh. And I said it out loud. I was like, oh. I didn't want to do that, you know what I mean? But, yeah, and people were judging me because I think the guy behind me was judging me because I was videoing the whole time. Anyways, we got there, you know what I mean? The land, too. The land wasn't so bad. My wife was like, the land is where it gets you, you know what I mean? But I was like, the land, I don't think it gets me. I didn't mind it.
It was a smooth landing.
I was glad to be
He's a good pilot. It's a smooth landing.
Oh yeah, he's a good pilot. Yeah. I mean, I think if you land, he's a good pilot. I don't think he's no, this guy's good. You should see him. I've flown other guys; they're not as good.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Did you land? What happened? Did you land sideways? Like, what happened?
If it's windy, you can go down the runway.
Were you picked up in a helicopter? Like, short of that, he's a good pilot. Like, I've had him several times. I recommend
him. We should take the flight later.
All right, so then we get there. We're in the airport taking all the pictures and doing all the stuff. And then we got
your baggage.
Yeah.
20-minute guarantee.
20-minute guarantee, baby. But
took 25 minutes to walk there.
We're on the subway, dude, and then we see a guy sleeping on the subway, like in the subway train. And I thought, dude, that is to be that man, to have that confidence. Like, I'm tired. I'm sure he worked hard.
Put his legs up, lean down. He's
like, no one's using these seats because nobody was, right?
No, it's express train.
I'm not sure people wanted to or not. I'm
not anymore.
Sure.
I think the car was pretty
empty.
But I
feel like, and it was pretty much.
It was him and maybe one or two other people.
Nobody was interested in interfering with what he had going on.
And all the other train cars had enough people.
Yeah, they did.
It was different.
Here's one thing about the subway, Kevin, that I know. Is that, like, people who live there, they'll stand, because we had to stand, we didn't sit down, right, because it was all full. And I had to hold on to that pole. Every time it moved, it was like if I let go of it a couple times, and I almost fell on a lady. And so, the people were just standing there, like a lady holding her baby, and it's just not holding anything. And then she
didn't even move.
She didn't even move. Like, the whole time it stops, it goes. She didn't even move. And there's other people just standing there, like, on their phones. And I'm like, dude, like, they got, like, these are superpowers. These are, like, level. What do you have that type of?
Well, I mean, if
you were holding on too.
I was holding on too.
Don't try to lie about it now.
But I'm guessing these people, they're on the train, is getting thrown back and forth.
Yeah.
You have them walk a line drunk. I bet you it's the same thing. They can.
Oh, take it.
Not
easy.
me.
Speaking of drunk. Speaking of drunk over here, it spills over to several beer cans he's been drinking all night. But yeah, the subway was cool. What else we do? What we do after the subway?
Well, we got kind of checked in, checked our bags.
Oh yeah. Then we walked around.
Yep. Midtown. We're in
Midtown. Represent.
Koreatown.
There we go. I did not have any Korean food though.
We didn't
I'm not
go.
really adventurous food wise. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
We went three buildings over. Well, three. I don't know, door entrances over.
3 door entrances.
Well, from the corner.
All right, you don't got.
Koreatown's the whole block, right? We went like 3 over from the end, so we barely.
Don't gotta give them our whole coordinates. You know what I mean? What you talking about? Yeah. So then we went to.
Yeah, we didn't really go down.
We went to Times Square. We went everywhere.
Yeah. Then later we went for a walk past Macy's.
I didn't know. I was like, what's this? Times Square? I thought it'd be different. I'm gonna go back probably, maybe, I don't know, but I don't know, cause that one building, how it goes in. Like, I didn't really see it like I see it on TV. I want to see it like I see it on TV, and I'm not leaving until I do. You know what I mean?
Go back. Oh, it's only 6 blocks, 8 blocks.
Dude, that's the thing. Dude, that's the thing. Living in New York, dude, people, like, they can get anything. Like, people, like, think it's so big, so, like, you have to, it takes so much to get around or whatever. But, like, you could just get out of your apartment wherever you live and then just go down a little bit to a subway, and it would take you other side of the block, and you could just, like, walk 3 blocks and then just come back. And it's really, like, you went so far, but really you walked, like, 4 blocks, 5 blocks, or whatever. And it's crazy. Like, you can go anywhere. And even if you just walk around, there's people just like, hey, you want a hot dog? You know what I mean? And I mean, but don't get it from them. Go for the vendors, because those people, that's not what you think it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, then you had.
That was a joke, Kevin.
You had Batman.
You get it? No, we don't want to talk about that. I almost got scammed. I don't want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, don't go to those guys.
But yeah, we went all over the place. What do you think about the people in New York?
Oh yeah, I mean, you mind your own business. They mind their own business.
Dude, I tell you this. Here's my thing. Here's my opinion about New Yorkers for my one day.
Half day.
Yeah, it's like a half day. But they're the most mind your business people of all time. Like, you could bump into them, right? You bump into a New Yorker, and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Or give them like a, oop, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. They won't even acknowledge you because they don't care that it happened. They're like, yeah, that happens every day. Why are you talking to me? Yeah, headphones on, and all that probably not even happening. They just didn't even know. Because, like, everyone bumps into everyone, no one cares. Like, everyone, I saw today, a little road rage action. A dude, his car was up against a truck, a big, like, a truck dropping off, like, whatever, some goods to a shop or whatever. And the bumper was, like, pressed in. And the guy's honking. He's like, I don't even care about my car.
Get going.
Just freaking go. He's like, hey. The truck driver's like, hey, I'm walking in. Whatever he did.
It's like, you're still backing up. What are you doing?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, his bumper's all pressed in. He didn't even care. He's like, just move the thing so I can go. People in New York, they got places to be, and they better be there pretty freaking quick. You know what I mean? And they're good people, though. I think New Yorkers get a bad rap because people always talk about it. You know, people are like, "Oh, I hope you don't get stabbed." First of all, that's a weird thing to say when someone's going on a first trip ever. I never left Wisconsin. First airplane flight. People just say weird stuff. You know, hope you don't get stabbed. Like, hey, me too. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I thank you for confirming it that that's the real thing. But you think about it, Kevin, right? I talked about this earlier. You know, I'm a gambling fella. You know, I'm starting to get into a little gambling. The odds of things are just starting to hit me. The odds of me getting shanked are pretty high in New York. Higher, I wouldn't say high, pretty high. They're not high, but they're higher than they are when I'm at home. I live in a town with 4,000 people, hardly any shankings. You know what I mean? So the odds.
At home
or
your hometown? Because at home, you know, just a couple.
No, at where I usually live, the odds are pretty low of me getting shanked. Here, they're not high, but they're higher.
Well, there's more people. There's a chance.
There's more people. It's always. It doesn't matter. Not even in medicine, there's more. The odds are higher. So I'm just saying, I'm going to take the over. You know what I mean? That's why we're in the hotel room right now. It's starting to get dark. We're like, let's bring her in there, Kevin. Let's bring it in. Let's drink some beers and talk on the internet. But yeah, so that's what we did. What were we talking about? Where was I?
I mean, it was a little bit dark. We got around.
No, we were
Rockefeller
out there.
Center.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we went to Rockefeller Center. We went to that toy store, right?
Yeah, we went to Fail Schwartz.
Yeah. So they had the piano there with and the movie
keyboard,
Big.
Yeah.
I love the movie
Tom
Big,
Hanks.
right? Tom Hanks, shout out. Oh, they had that keyboard like dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? And you can do it. You gotta take your shoes off. I was like, I'm not doing that. First of all, I don't know how to do it. And then some guys started talking to us. You know what's weird? Well, you know what's weird people do? So we're at this store, at this toy store, right? And then some guy walks up to us, like a worker there. He's like, hey, where are you guys from in Wisconsin? I'm like, who the hell is you? How do you know we're from Wisconsin? And then, he's like, look at you. You guys don't...
You don't fit in here.
He's like, hey, I reckon we could figure it out around these parts, you know what I mean? And no, but I was like, we're from the Green Bay area. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I knew that. I was like, how the hell did this guy know that? I was wearing this hoodie, though, so maybe that was why. I'm wearing a hoodie.
That wasn't the only time, though.
No, it wasn't the only time. And they all didn't know that I was from Green Bay, but like they would just, but like I get it saying, you obviously we're Packer fans, but they immediately were like, oh, you guys are from, where are you from in Wisconsin? Like they didn't
skip right past it.
No, I didn't like, what's your name? How's the weather? They just don't. Where are you from in Wisconsin? We know you ain't from around here. Maybe it's because we're all like, recording everything.
You're looking up more than forward?
Yeah. People are trying to walk to work, like, get out of the way, asshole. That's what I think is going to be frustrating to live here, is all the tourists just walking around aimlessly. Dang.
Slowly.
Where's pizza? Show me where pizza is. So what do you think, Kevin?
Yeah. Well,
how many times have you been in New York?
This is my third time in 7 years.
Yeah, you're like you're almost gonna live here one day. You know what I mean? I could live here. No, I couldn't.
for a week.
I couldn't live here, cause I don't know. There's something about it though that's very cool, and the people get a bad rap. Like even like because we were joking about because we were in Milwaukee. I was with Milwaukee. I was with you. We were in a corner. And someone's like, "Hey, are you lost?" And we're like, "Yeah. Can we help us? Find something to eat or whatever?" And they're like, "Yeah, go over there." And then we're like, "Oh, that's the most Wisconsin thing ever." But New York, that didn't happen.
No one asked us where to go.
But everyone was cool though. Like nobody was rude. And no one stopped. It was like, "You guys lost."
Mind your own business.
They're basically like, "Get out of the way."
Yeah, let me go.
So that everyone's just living life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't care what you're doing. Like you could be doing anything. Like there was one guy in particular I saw taking a nap on the corner, leaning up against the wall. Didn't seem to bother anyone. It didn't bother me. Sometimes I get tired as well. You know what I mean?
After a couple beers, walking around.
I don't think that was beers. But either way. But yeah, there's like, I think that New York, you got to be probably a little thicker skin to live there all the time. But, or if you know like where to go, you know what I mean? I feel like, but yeah, I'm from a small town, you know what I mean? 4,000 people. I'm comfortable. Even Green Bay gets annoying. But New York is awesome. We had fun today.
Yeah, get some pizza.
Oh yeah, we had $1.50 pizza. That's the thing about New York. I feel like if you're homeless in New York, you're not doing very well for yourself. $1.50 pizza, and it's not bad. I had Peter Bukowski, you know what I mean, from Locked On Packers, tell me, don't get the dollar pizza. It's the worst pizza in the world. You might as well eat whatever pizza with Andy Herman, whatever joke he made. But dude, it was good pizza, and I'll tell you right now.
We went to Joe's.
We got Joe's Pizza.
Spider-Man.
I think it was horrible, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I ain't trying to throw dirt on it, dude, because people love it. I know it's weird, but like the toppings all came off.
Floppy.
Every single one. It was floppy. Like we didn't have one piece with all the toppings stayed on. It all just slid off. It was just, I don't know. It wasn't good for me. You know what I mean? But shout out to Joe's. You know what I mean? Obviously legendary. So, but bad experience. But I'll take the $1.50 slice. You know what I mean? That's just for me. And probably people will hate us for this, and they'll be like,
why are you talking down about Joe's?
We love you, Joe. We're just kidding. You know what I mean? It's probably just a bad one, you know what I mean? Obviously,
it's probably delivery.
Who cares?
We got delivery. If we would have been there fresh, right?
Yeah, we'd have ate it right from the oven.
Yeah.
Like, as it was being, I don't think it matters. But I was being sarcastic.
It could have been better.
No, but that's just what it is, you know what I mean? But obviously it's legendary. He's, they got the legendary name for for a reason. Anyway, so like, now we're all done with that. So like tomorrow night we're gonna do some more stuff. So tomorrow we'll do a podcast every night. We're here for 5 days, dude. 5 days.
5 full days, yeah.
5 full days.
Yep.
And we'll try to do a podcast every single day to end it. I mean, talk about what we did. Today was just kind of walking around. Getting used to like
checking out our neighborhood.
Weirdos run up on you and hug you, and we need the Pooh costumes and stuff like that.
Batman. Man.
There's some stuff going on out there, man. Stay on the man drag, you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. He started having me turning off to him. Hey man, are we sure about this? Like, and New York seems like there's like always construction going on, but like no one's actually working on it. It's like they started and they're like, that's fine, just leave it like that. Just rope off the sidewalk, have them walk on the road for a while, and then go back the other side. And they're like, that's a good idea. But it works, you know what I mean? It works. I don't understand, because people will ride by on bikes like 30 miles an hour. And cars are turning, and people are walking. I'm like, how do people aren't just getting clipped all the time? I almost got clipped a couple, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, be careful with all the corners and all that.
Well, you got to be careful with... Don't double maneuver them, you know what I mean? Don't Barry Sanders them. You're over there trying to break their ankles, you know what I mean? You start to go one way, they make a decision, you cut back the other way, and next thing you know, you got yourself a pedal in your shin, and this dude's flying over your shoulder. You don't need that in your life. Nobody wants that. So stay dialed in, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you tips from my experiences, you know what I mean? No, but it's cool. It's New York's a fun place. And
a couple of people say hi and notice us.
Yeah.
At least on the flight.
Oh yeah, there was a dude next to us. I was gonna say what's up to him too. When we got on the airplane, like right to our right, he knew me from like social media or whatever. He's like, "Yo, you're Matt Rampage." He said my name wrong, but you know what I mean. I still allow it. You know what I mean. But I thought I'd see him again, but I didn't. So hopefully I see him again. But whoever you are, dude, rock on. You know what I mean. Good to meet you. But here we go. Day 1 in the books. We're out here rocking out in New York City. You know what I mean. Joe's Pizza. Not that thing. You know what I mean. $1.50 slice, though, bro. $1.50 slice. You could live on the streets for like $20 a week. I mean, hopefully, you know, that's, you know what I mean? Hopefully you don't have to do that. That's, I don't want to
maybe we're not talking about that.
I don't want to joke about that. I'm just saying is you could eat for cheap over. I'm going to delete that part off.